So I don't have the best lighting in my new apartment, and I guess this isn't bad, but it's not what I want.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, I got robbed twice. Where to begin? I know when you hear robbed, you think like,
give me your fucking money!
Not like that, but I did get robbed twice, and here goes. I guess as a side note, I should say that like Spain is a wonderful place. I love it so much. I never want to leave even after these experiences. You don't have, well, guns are illegal, so you don't have that as a problem. If you do have any like crime with weapons, it'll be like with a knife or something. It's just a safe place to be all around. So if you do have an interest in visiting Spain, do not let my experiences be like, oh my gosh, like Spain isn't unsafe. However, you do have a problem like pickpocketers and thieves and things like that. What's the word for it? Like petty theft. It's like petty theft. Anyway, the first time. Okay, first time. So the first time I got robbed or had something taken from me, okay. So I had, what was I doing? I had school that day, and I went to go get me a juice, because at first I was getting like juices every morning, and I went to go get me a juice. And on my way to school, I was already late or whatever, so I'm trying to rush or whatever. And I was going in the metro. It's like I had to connect. As I was going up the escalators, you know, I'm going my route to like get to where I'm going. And they had these two little boys, like 14 to 16, I don't know. They were just looking at me. And I didn't think anything of it. Like, you know, I'm just like, okay, they looking. But they were looking enough for me to be observant of it. And it's like traveling solo and by yourself as a young woman, as a petite woman, you do have to be observant of everything. So I am always looking like at my surroundings and checking everything out, looking at everything. So I noticed, but again, I didn't think anything of it. Walking up the stairs, walking around the corner. And mind you, I had like on this jacket, and I had pockets on my jacket. I had my phone in my pocket. And so I'm walking around the corner, and then as I get around the corner, I'm like, hold on. Something feels different on me. So I'm like, oh my God, they just took my phone. And it's like, your phone, it's like when you have your phone, I have other phones here, so it's like it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it's like your main phone, like your phone just have everything on it. It's such an inconvenience for your phone to be lost, to be stolen, to be broken, just anything. Like, it's just an inconvenience. You hate to be attached to your phone like you are, to need it how much as you do, but it's like that's just the life we live and that's the world we live in. I need my phone. So it was like, oh, they just took my phone. I'm like, I need to go get my phone. So as I run back around the corner from where I came from, I saw them running up the escalators. And so I'm like, that's how I know they have my phone. I'm running. I get up to the escalators, and they had stopped running, thankfully. I saw him put my phone in his pocket. And so I grabbed his arm, and he's like, perdona. He just gave it back to me. And that was that, the first time. It's just crazy because I'll explain at the end why both of these situations were just like crazy. It had really kind of like, it shook me up a little bit because it was just like, what the fuck. But I didn't let it like, you know, ruin my day or anything, because I got it back and I handled my business, I handled myself. But yeah, everybody's like, you know, you need to be careful in those situations. You shouldn't be like chasing people down, you know, they have a knife and stuff. It's like, I wasn't thinking like that at that moment. I just want my phone back. At that time, short and sweet, not sweet, but whatever. Now this time, I was traumatized. I really was. So being in Spain, not knowing anyone, you have these apps, or you have an app called Meetup, and it's just people in groups around the city, and people from different nationalities who speak different languages. They come together, meet each other, hang out, speak in their language, whatever. So it's like a meetup, language exchange, meet people, whatever. So I got on the app and I found a meetup to go to like this pool place, have drinks, karaoke. I'm like, oh, this sounds like my type of time. I love pool. I'm not gonna do karaoke, but I love karaoke. Blah. That whole day though, y'all, after I signed up for everything, that whole day, I just kept thinking like, should I go? Should I go? Should I go? I don't know what was making me question myself. I guess it's just the fact that like it was like a random meetup thing, because I knew I had nothing to worry about, but something just was like, girl, should you go? And I'm like, girl, should I go? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get all that crazy stuff out of my mind. I'm gonna have fun. It's gonna be good. I'm not gonna worry about it. I got there. I had fun. You know, I met this guy from Sudan. I met this guy from somewhere else. I met this couple from Brazil. I met this lady from Spain who was just trying to, you know, get out her comfort zone too. She had left earlier. She was like, if I came here and I didn't like nobody, I didn't like the vibes, I said I was going home, and she left and she went home. And I said, that's how I feel too. But anyway, I ended up having a good time and playing pool with the guys or whatever. And so I left. I go to the bus stop. I'm sitting at the bus, waiting on the bus, being observant as I am. They had a guy right there. And he didn't like stare. He wasn't watching, but he looked. I looked too. And then he got up. And I'm like, he don't want to sit by me or something? Why would he get up? So like, it was just strange. Just like as soon as I sat down, he looked a little bit and he got up. And I'm like, that's just, it's weird. Especially because he was a person of color. So I'm like, you know, not that I needed him to stay by me, but I'm just like, he shouldn't have no problem sitting by me. So it's just like, when you super observant like I am, or when you have to be super observant, you just kind of think about everything, look at everything. So I'm sitting there. Mind you, I'm on the phone with my mama because I call her after I left the place. You know, I tap in with my mama when I get somewhere, when I'm leaving, whatever. So I'm on the phone with my mama, sitting at the bus stop like this. We talking. Yeah, girl, it was good. I told you I had nothing to worry about. I had a good time. I was playing pool. Next thing you know, like if I didn't make that clear, let me just say, I'm talking to my mama. And this man, he was going like, he was running so fast, y'all. And he just ran. And he snatched my phone right out of my hand, okay? At this point, I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted because I'm like, it's the second time. This is my phone. I need my phone. I gotta get my phone. But anyway, when he snatched it, it's like something just, you know, I guess like in a situation where you have to just, I don't know, like something fight or flight. That's what it felt like. So something just kicked in me and I was like, I need to get my shit. I started running after him. And so I'm running and I'm running and I'm running. And I don't remember what I was screaming as I was running. I think I was saying like, stop, stop. I can laugh about it now, but it was not funny. And I was like, stop, 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 I think. Or whatever I was saying, I can't remember. And so I guess because I was screaming, these other two guys, like they came out of nowhere. Like when I say nowhere, it's like, and I'm gonna talk about that thing too. They just came out of nowhere and they started running after him too. I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord, because I had on these slippers that I couldn't really run in. I had my bag with like all my stuff in there. So it's like, it wasn't the best position to be in and stuff to have when you chasing somebody. And when I say he was going like 1,000 miles per hour, I couldn't keep up with him. So eventually the two guys, they grabbed him. One of them had like one arm over here, one of them had one arm over here, and they was just holding on to him. And so I was like, don't that stop, don't that stop. You know, I'm going all in his pockets like, where is that, where is that? And he like, no tango, no tango, no tango. Like I don't have it. And he's pointing this way, pointing this way. So I'm like, oh my gosh, him and the guy who was at the bus stop, they in cahoots together. While he was running, he passed my phone to him because mind you, the whole time this was going on, the guy who was at the bus stop, he just hanging around. Like he not trying to run after the guy, nothing. He just watching the situation go down. So when he like, no tango, no tango, I'm like, okay, well the other one got it. So I'm beating all on the other guy and I'm like, don't that stop, don't that stop. And like, no tango, no. And like he get mad because I'm hitting on him and stuff. Okay, but it's like, where's my shit? Okay, they still holding the guy, and we walked back to, I guess, like where I originally was at, or like the whole running direction, wherever, you know what I'm saying, like the running path, whatever. So we walking back in that direction, and they still hold on to the guy, like I said. And then all I heard was like my mama on speaker. I don't know what she was saying, but I heard her on speaker. I'm like, thank the Lord she was on speaker. So I thought the guy had it in his pocket, but the phone was on the ground. I guess he dropped it while he was running. I don't know if both of them dropped it while he was trying to pass it. I really don't know what the situation was. I don't know if they was working together. I'm just thinking of all the possibilities. However, the phone was on the ground, thank you, Lord. So one of the other guys, he had picked it up and he gave it to me, but I'm still pissed off, like I'm mad. And so I'm beating on him and I'm trying to slap him and stuff, and he's trying to block my hand and stuff. And the other guys who holding on to him, because like this is a reoccurring thing. Like this is not unusual for people to be snatching phones, stealing money, whatever, stealing wallets, purses. They're like, tranquila, tranquila, like relax, calm down. And you know, I'm mad. I'm like, no. So after it was like, tranquila, tranquila, I was like, you know what, let me get my stuff, let me walk away and compose myself again, because I was just glad I got my phone back at that point. You know, in crazy situations, I don't let things get the best of me. You know, even if I did get my phone back, it's like I have another phone, I got my Apple Watch. It's like, you know, it's not the end of the world. So it's like I try to think about those things, like it's not my life, you know, I'm not in danger. But anyway, I got my phone back and I said, you know what, let me just. So I walk back to the bus stop and I'm talking to my mom. She's like, hello, hello. And you know, she's scared because she's like, you know, what just happened? Like I'm talking to my daughter and she just stopped talking. You know, she's scared and she crying on the phone and stuff. And she's just like, you know, what happened? Hello, hello. And I'm like, mama, girl, because you know, I'm out of breath already and everything. I'm like, mama, they took my phone again. And she's like, how, Keri, how? So I'm just running the story to her again, whatever. It was just like, that time just really traumatized me because it was too much. It took too much on me. It took too much out of me. Like, it shook me up for a couple of days. And it's like, I was paranoid for like days after. Like, even if my phone was like zipped up at the bottom of my bag, like every 5 seconds, I'm just like looking in my bag, make sure my phone in there. It's like, I didn't like how it made me feel. Like, it did traumatize me. And so when I got on the bus, or when I set the bus out, my hand, it's like throbbing, it's hurting, and I got like this cut on my hand. And I don't know if my hand got cut off, he snatched the phone, like his nail scratched me. I don't know when when he was blocking my hand when I was trying to hit him, if he scratched me. I don't know where it came from, but it was hurting so bad, y'all, and it's bleeding and stuff. So I had got on the bus and I was asking him like if he had napkins or whatever, and he like, put your mask on. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like, okay. And so I'm looking out of my bag for my mask, and he like, put your mask on, like your mask on your face. But I'm still not, it's not registering to me because it's like, I just was in this crazy situation. So I'm looking at my bag, and he like, the mask is on your face. And I'm like, oh, because it was just crazy. But anyway, I got some napkins in my hand and stuff. It was hurting so bad, y'all. I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like a scar on my hand. And it's like, you can't see nothing now. It's like, it's healed regular and stuff. But anyway, I was like, I got a battle scar from this situation and everything. I'm mad. Like, what the, like, this was just, don't be doing stuff to me like that in my life. I don't need that. I don't need that trauma. I don't need that trauma on me. I don't want to be paranoid and stuff. It's like, I'm good now, you know, and somebody can probably take my stuff again, but it's like, you know, I'm gonna do what I have to do to get it back. And if it's like, if I gotta let them take it, you know, I'm gonna let them have it. But I need my phone, I'm sorry. And just like telling the story to everybody, you know, everybody's like, yeah, you know, like that happened in Spain. Oh, they snatched it out your head. You know, like such a usual move. It's like a common move, you know, it's normal. So it's like, yeah, but that really had messed me up. So the crazy part is, as I said, I was gonna get to at the end. The crazy part is, so the first time when the boys took my phone, so I'm in this group on Facebook, and it's like, you know, people who are foreigners in Barcelona, whatever. And so they were talking about, one guy was saying like somebody snatched his phone or whatever, and he had to run after them to get it back. Now, mind you, I would have never thought that they had taken my phone or thought to run after them if I hadn't seen the Facebook post. So I'm like, thank you, Lord, for like, you know, like stuff like that, like my angels putting stuff in my way. And so when I went to go find a post and send it to my mama, the post was gone. And I was like, you know, that's just confirmation that like the divine and God is real, and it's like this was put on my path for me to see. So when I was in this situation, I knew how to handle it to get my stuff back. And then the second time, it's like, when I say like the 2 guys who helped me, when I say they came out of nowhere, y'all, like I don't even, it was like one in one direction, one in the other one. I have no idea where they came from. It was just like, it was so amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, God is so real. God loves me. I have angels that watch over me, because like y'all should have just seen it. I feel like I wish it was a movie, or like the whole thing could have been recorded, because it was just like, wow. Anyway, that's just the crazy part, just like how like God just put people in your way to help you in that situation. Like if those guys weren't there, I most definitely wouldn't have got my phone back, and I would have been pissed off for the rest of the day. Like I said, I would have blew it off, but it still would have, like, you know, pissed me off. After the whole situation, I went by my friends and we had drinks and we played cards, and you know, life went on. Like I said, I was a little traumatized and a little paranoid afterwards. I most definitely was, not gonna lie, but you know, life goes on. That is how I got robbed or got something stolen from me here in Barcelona. Again, Barcelona is a safe place. Don't worry about like things like that, because if it happens, it happens. If you get your stuff back, you get it back, and if you don't, you know, you just don't. But I love Barcelona, like I said. So yeah, if you're still thinking about coming to Barcelona, please come. If anybody comes, let me know. If you come, we can hang out, we can meet up. Like I said in other videos, quiero hablar más español, especialmente porque ahora es mejor. Entonces tengo planes y ideas, pero no sé qué quiero hacer. Pero en el futuro puedo hacer más cosas con español y hablando español, probablemente enseñar un poco, no mucho porque no estoy un profesional, pero como yo digo, es mejor. Entonces, that's all I have to say. Ya está. Yes, I I am feeling good. I'm feeling like I love life. I feel like I want to give YouTube more of my energy these days, and so just be on the lookout for more from me. Just more travel vids, more travel advice, things like that. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter if you want, Snapchat, whatever. Everything's gonna be in the description box below. Sending love, and yeah.